operations manager for a large aggregate producer through central and northern Ohio. We produce company-wide upwards of 7 million tons annually. At our main operation, we produce roughly 4.2 million tons annually. 3 million tons of that will be limestone. 1 to 1.2 million tons of that will be sand and gravel. Our current market primarily consists of large concrete and asphalt producers. We have also segued into being the main supplier for a large base contractor within the Columbus and Central area. We primarily sell washed aggregates, but in conjunction over the past 2 years, our base market has increased to 1.3 million tons annually. We recently had a failure on our primary crusher in the pit. We run this operation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We use portable equipment within the facility due to the potential of flooding. We have a large river adjacent to the facility, so we have the potential for the 100-year flood, which over the last 3 years has happened about 2 times a year. Due to the failure, it couldn't have been at a worse time during the production season. I'd reached out to Columbus Equipment to see if they had any available units. I had met with Bob Stewart. I actually was with Mr. Stewart the day of the failure, and to my surprise, within the following day, we had 1 unit on its way to the facility. The second day, myself and another employee went and looked at a potential second machine. And the following day, we had that machine on site.
We were faced with an opportunity to work with Columbus Equipment. They were able to quickly supply us with both a horizontal shaft impact machine as well as a jaw crusher. Both were KPI-JCI units, and able to get them to us very quickly. We ran these 2 machines simultaneously, basically to compensate for the production that our current machine was capable of doing. Certainly helped us get through this rough patch. During that period, we ran about 470,000 tons, about 620 hours, 7 days a week. The 2 machines performed well. The horizontal shaft impactor was performed even better than what we had anticipated, just due to the fact that got a little bit more throughput than what we were originally expecting. They've been great machines. Primarily for us, we try to maintain close proximity to the muck pile, so they've been very portable, easy to move out of the way for when we blast. Throughout the shifts, and if we need to clean up or move them out of the way, they've been very easy to move around. For us, it was important that we maintain close proximity to that muck pile to minimize our costs and time and operating time for the loaders in that load and carry operation, so that we could keep our production up and maintain our tires and still maintain that productivity.
The demand that we're under is very high. We're really busy right now, and the equipment's exceeded our expectations and has been able to keep the production numbers that we've needed to stay ahead. The mobility of the machines are very good. Doesn't take much setup time. The wear on the blow bars for the HSI impactor is very good.
So from a serviceability standpoint, I couldn't be more pleased than what Columbus Equipment was able to do for us. Bob Stewart was in constant contact throughout the use of the 2 rental units. We were primarily doing close to 1,000 tons an hour with our primary machine, but with the 2 rental units, we were able to produce between 800 and 900 tons an hour. We were running these machines 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. On the service side, Columbus Equipment also provided a support rep who was available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, was on site when both units showed up, did some cross-training with our employees to make sure that they fully understood all the workings of the units. The remote control capability of both machines was a very nice feature that we didn't really expect going into this.
From a service standpoint, Columbus Equipment certainly helped us out tremendously on the PM side, as well as troubleshooting with these machines and the automation associated with them, controls, how the operators were able to control the machine from the cab of their excavator, adjusting the rate based on feed size and being able to just maintain the tonnage that they wanted. Joel Worley and Josh Levitt have been tremendously helpful throughout this process. We've called them, at all hours of the night and day, specifically in the beginning, just as we were, going through some growing pains and learning curves, and they were very responsive. Did not hesitate to come down and help us basically immediately. On the mechanic side, Bill Baisden specifically, if we had any type of issues with blow bars or even on the grizzly bars, they would be very responsive and help us out.
Working with Columbus Equipment's been a really good experience. Their service is outstanding. Every time I've called Joel or Josh or even Bill, the mechanic, everything has been took care of, and usually within just a couple minutes of getting a hold of them. If they can't answer my question, somebody's always got back with me within just a few minutes. Their service has been outstanding.
Throughout the course of the entire process, from the onset of hearing about the machines, looking at the machines, getting them on site, the invoicing, everything across the board, serviceability, I could not be more pleased than the service that we got from Columbus Equipment.